Have you ever been to a concert that lasts 4 hours long with only one set break in between? Have you ever had the experience of being 5 feet away from the people you listen to on your iPod every day? Our guest today is an NCC student that has been to over 30 jam band concerts nationwide and will talk about the different concert experience he encounters where music never stops and keeps you coming back time and time again. It's never been so much fun to see music live. The Humanity Mass Communication Department at Nora Community College presents The New Directors, the show that introduce to you television future writers, directors, and personalities. And now join our host, Adelius Fajardo, to meet the new director.
Thank you for joining us for today's edition of The New Directors. All of the people involved with this program are students in the television production course and are directing, switching, controlling audio, operating cameras, and acting for the first time today. The guest you're about to meet is a student who, when not on camera, are behind the scenes working hard to bring the program to you with as few mistakes as possible. Each student will write 4 different productions. This program will give them the chance to talk about themselves, the productions they are planning, and give you the chance to get to know them and watch their progress throughout the semester. Today we're going to meet someone with a passion for very interesting of music. He's been to over 20 states and his favorite bands than 30 times. Not a lot of people are familiar with the progression rock scene and is here today to talk about his experiences and the jam circuit. We would like to meet today's guest, Mike Galardi. So we know you've been to many concerts over the past 5 years, and you met and got to see most of your favorite bands across the country. Can you please tell us what's your favorite concert and how is this music different from other bands?
Well, my favorite concert had to be the Lotus concert I saw in New York City the other day. They're a small band based out of Indiana, and they're relatively new, probably about 5-6 years old. And they play small venues all over the East Coast, Midwest, and also various festivals around the U.S. They're inspired by other early jam bands like Phish and Grateful Dead, but they take the music to a different level, incorporating various electronic sounds into their performance. So it's a lot different than other music you hear. The show you see here is a concert they played in St. Louis. Difference with this kind of music is that they're much more about the instrumentals more than the lyrics. This particular band doesn't even use lyrics when they play live. It's all about the instrumentals. The show can last as long as 4 hours and the band can play a whole set without even stopping. So you don't really see that too often. And the best part about it is it's cheap, so it's only about $15 to go see them. This particular show, the lights were incredible, as you can see, and the energy of the crowd really brought the whole show together. Such an amazing experience to be 10 feet away from your favorite band. You never stop dancing, and the band really knows their stuff. So.
Could you tell us why did you decide to take the television production course?
Well, honestly, at first it was to meet credit requirement, but as I read the course description, it seemed really interesting. I've worked with Avid before, but I really wanted to know how to create things I watch on TV every day. So I'd walk past the control room right outside, and it just got me really excited to see how to use all the equipment that professionals do. And as I was reading the course description, I realized this could be a really exciting opportunity for me.
What are the most useful things you learned in the TV course?
I learned a lot about basic film techniques, along with how to edit raw footage, and also got a chance to see how you run a live TV production in the control room. I learned a lot about basic composition that every cameraman should use when they're shooting, such as filming lines of grace, lines of emotion, and framing shot to really make it look professional. I'd worked with Ava before, but never this much and never this professionally. I learned how to do transition effects, make the titles, and add music to really bring a whole show together. I really got a great idea of how this industry works and just how much time and effort is used to make a TV show.
Can you tell us about your Orange project, the Guns N' Hoses, your Nature project, and the Legend project you created at the beginning of the semester?
First I'm going to tell you about the learning project I did. It was the first project I did, and I got to work with a camera a little bit but before this class, but not this particular model. But as soon as I got to work with it, it really it was a lot easier to work with. It was like the other cameras I worked with before. I used different angles to grab viewer's eye, and I set up good establishing shots. And for my first project, I think it came out pretty well. It's my Orange project next. I used a lot of great close-up shots to really portray the actor's emotions. He really wanted that orange. I used a lot of, I set up some great angles, my actor, and it looked like he was using 3 different cameras when he was actually using 1. I got some good close-ups and some quick cuts to make it really flow smoothly. Next was my Guns N' Hoses project. I learned how to edit shots and condense them into a 30-second commercial. I used a lot of different effects, such as the flop technique, to make it seem like the cop was driving towards you, and as well as turning the siren from red to blue. I added a strobe effect when the cop was exiting the car, and I added audio at the end to really bring it all together. This is my Nature project. This was the most fun project to shoot. Got a lot of great angles and beautiful outdoor shots to capture the emotion of a winter snowstorm. I was really excited to do rack focus because I've always seen them on TV, and I never knew how to do it before, but now I know. I was able to use transition effects to create a smooth video, as well as framing, zooming, and all that other stuff.
Tell us about your best project.
Well, my best project was definitely the Nature project. It was the first time I really got to take the camera out there and get to actually use it and create some good shots. Being able to capture the entire scene was a great way to capture the emotion of the storm. I used the poor man's dissolve technique, which was new to me. I didn't know what that was, but it makes the viewer seem like one object is dissolving into another, as you can see right there. As I said before, the shift focus was my favorite technique. I used that a couple times right here. I used them more than once to give the project more life. It really brought it all together. Adding music to this project was a great way to really capture the whole storm's emotion. Let's take a listen in a second.
What would you like to create next?
Well, I'd really like to continue to follow my favorite bands live around the country, and maybe even get some backstage footage. That'd be really cool. I'd like to get as much footage as possible and keep telling people about this band because they're relatively new, so it's good to get the word out. Being able to see this kind of music up close is really a unique experience, and I'd really like a lot of people to go see it because it's great.
Okay. Today we got to meet with someone who shared with us the amazing experience of a live jam and band concert. With his longtime appreciation for modern music, along with the newfound knowledge in TV production area, he hopes to continue his adventures and apply what he has learned to the projects in the future. We would like to thank Mike for joining us today. Thanks, Mike. We hope you enjoyed meeting some of television's future directors, and we hope will continue to join us for each week to watch our progress. Thank you, and good day.
This has been The New Directors with your host, Odilis Fajardo, directed by Leah Schwartz. I'm your announcer, Ibrahim Kane. This has been the New Directors of Norwood Community College, Community College student production.